All right. And speaking about inexpensive and good bourbons, I'm going to have a little of the Evan Williams I was just talking about. Just haven't had it in a while. Oh, just wonderful. Just enough to wet the old whistle. Yeah, even on the little tag, it says smooth tasting, high ratings, and they're not lying. So, and the new ones that are out there now, I don't know if they have the little tag. This might be a relic from 2014. I don't know. But anyway, just really nice nose to it. It's not as sweet as the Sazerac Rye. This is 86.6, but it's got more of a bourbon profile to it. Nose. It's got caramel and all your basic bourbon, but it doesn't assault your nose at all. It's pleasant. It's very pleasant. Oh, I forgot how good this is. That is really, really good. And I hope they don't stop making this stuff, because I'm going to run out and get another bottle of it for $30 or $35. Even though it's just 8 years. Anything 6 years and older, you're probably guaranteed, just in general bourbon knowledge, 6 years or more, you're probably got a good chance of whatever that is being okay to good or great. The younger you go, 4 years is normally the cutoff for me. It's 4 years or more. To me, there's plenty of bourbons that are just aged 4 years. It's that the 4 year mark is like a magic mark for bourbon aging. You have a lot of new distilleries out there who are trying to get their product out. They have the investment and all the equipment. They put out hundreds of thousands of dollars for all this stuff, and they're trying to rush their stuff to market, their distillate to market. And only way they're going to see any money is to put it out on the market and sell it. And a lot of times they don't have the capital to wait the 4 years that their bourbon needs to age to have a fighting chance to be good. So a lot of new distilleries out there, new startups, they rush their product out on the market, and unfortunately it's green. It's green. It's just hasn't been aged long enough. With ryes, on the other hand, you can get away with ryes only needing 2 years to age. They don't need as long to age. There's to strangle the person behind this camera. So you will see a murder and me enjoying bourbon all at the same time. Ryes don't have to age as long. They're spicy. Ryes is spicy grain. You can get away with a 2 year rye and it'd be really good. Aging rye longer doesn't hurt it. So if you get a 4 year, 5 year, it's probably even going to be better. But a bourbon, you can't have a bourbon if it's 2 years, because it's going to taste immature. It tastes green. It tastes like all the grains in it and everything. It's just something that it's like biting into an apple. It's not ripe yet. It's just it's not good. So I've had in Pennsylvania, there's a distillery, I'm not going to say who it is, they're fairly new, and they were rushing their distillate out, and I wanted to support them. They had a small setup at a local town that's a tourist attraction in our area, and which is Bucks County in Pennsylvania, and I really wanted to like their stuff. So, I said, okay, so let's support my local distillery. So went in, so okay, I'm gonna have a little bit. So I had a glass or so, and it was too young. It was just too young. It wasn't 4 years. It was barely 3 years old, and it just was unfortunately not good. Hopefully, they've aged their stuff longer, and it's out there. I believe they're still in business. I think their stuff's that's out there, though I'm not sure. Point is that bourbon, you got to go at least 4 years or more. Higher the better, and there becomes a upper age limit to bourbon being in a barrel too long. For me, I like the oak flavor of some barrels. The older the better. Some people are turned off by something being really oaky, really leathery oak, all those dark flavors. I like it. It's a nice, you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's so many regular bourbons that are terrific and they're not super oaky, a little bit, not a lot. There's a lot of things going on. You got that caramel flavor. You have some of them have a little bit of a little floral taste to them, this, that, or whatever, which is great. But that's what makes. But they prefer not the heavier oaked bourbons. I tend to like them. Usually the cutoff with bourbons, age-wise, before they start to become over-oaked is, well, people disagree on what that number is. So usually you get to 18 years, 19 years, things start to get too oaky. It gets to be like you're drinking a piece of plywood. I haven't had that because I tend to like stuff that's, of course, I'm not going to call it over oaked, obviously, because then I wouldn't drink it. I just think it's just oaky enhanced. And I've had some of those and they're terrific. The oldest bourbon I had was 26 years old and I loved it. It was just fantastic. It was, if you're wondering, I'm being prompted from behind the camera by my assistant, was an orphan barrel, Old Blowhard, which you can't get anymore. Well, maybe you can. I doubt it. If you do, good luck to you. It's not high proof. The Old Blowhard, if I recall, this was a couple years ago I had it, I want to say it was around 91 or 92 proof. Problem is when you have stuff that's aged that long, if you let it stay at a high proof, it will really just assault your taste buds. So there's got to be some kind of trade-off when you're going to that kind of age with bourbon, is to tone down the proof. And that's a lot of distillers out there will water it down a little, add water and knock the proof down a little bit. Anyway, all right, I'm getting off subject. We're gonna get back to inexpensive bourbons. Again, Evan Williams, that's another one. It's a bottom shelfer. If you find it, grab it. Again, I heard that they're gonna stop production on this. I'm not sure whether that's the case or not. I would tend to believe that it is because it's just too good to be true to keep it to still be around. I mean, it's already down to 8 years. Again, I originally got this was 10. Now it's about 8. 8's still great. 8's great. This could be 6. It'll probably still be great. But if you find one, grab it. Just don't grab mine. There's one of mine out there someplace. I want to get it.